As we see the number 8 Arta NSX
saying, get out of the way!
Put a lap on the number 1 keeper Toms, and does so.
And arriving into the first corner, the Mugen car goes straight past the Zent and then loses that position again. Nearly took out the Calsonic car, but
completely overshot the first corner, but then regained it, but lost the position.
Eyes on the number 24 and number 23 Nissans. They're right on the back of those Hondas. I told you they'd be on the back of Daiki Sasaki in not too long.
Now, will tyre temperature come into play in this opening lap, in this last dash, shall we say, to the flag?
Yes. In short. We haven't quite seen GT300 as the AU Tom's car tries to get up on the inside of Wacos and nearly manages to hit him. Doesn't quite do it.
The 300s, the 61 Subaru BRZ has pulled out already a 4-second gap over
penalty
for
Nakajima.
Number 36 AU Tom's drive-through penalty. No.
Oh, moral hazards. I don't know what that was for. What are we seeing?
Is he hit?
Yeah, he did. He hit the wet spot.
That was the incident earlier on in the race. Yeah, so
that's a moral hazard penalty.
The 19 didn't lose on his own. He was actually tapped from behind.
That explains a lot. So the AU Tom's car is out of contention.
They peel off into the pits now. Yes.
3.7 seconds is the difference between first and third. But that's the difference between first and second. Now our team order is going to come into play. Will the 100 car, driven by Jensen Button, be allowed to hold the lead from the Arta NSX in second? This is the battle for the lead here at Sportsland Sugo in GT500. Back in GT300. Haven't got a clue what's going on.
And it was a bit of a wobble there from Jensen Button as he came through the quick left-right. Almost losing the front end slightly. The gap is 0.8 of a second. Under pressure now from the number 8 Arta NSX for the lead of this race.
Jensen Button's first win since 2013, this would be if he took it. The moral hazard penalty has been served. Morals now reset. No, I think the call's just gone out to the Arta NSX to say hold position, yeah. He's hanging back about the same distance. And they've got a little bit of an advantage over third. Now, we need to go back and have a look at that battle for third with the Zent Tsurumo on the tail of Daiki Sasaki in the Calsonic car.
Button's last win, the 2012 Brazilian Grand Prix.
Wow. That was McLaren's last win, was it not? And here comes the Zent Tsurumo on the Mugen.
No, the 16's got by.
The Mugen got...
Nakajima's got by.
If you like this action, don't forget to hit like and subscribe here on Nismo TV. Keep an eye on the number 23 and 24 cars behind the Zent Tsurumo. That 24 Forum Engineering car particularly wants to get involved.
The number 16 Mokhtar NSX Nakajima is now going to be gunning for that podium. He's going to be chasing after the Calsonic. Number 12. Just going to keeper Tom's off the circuit and into the barrier.
Ryo Hirakawa's binned it. Now, if that's a safety car...
That's not the same place.
No, it's not. It's a different place for the off. Don't know how he's managed to do that, but if that brings out a safety car, that will be the end of the race.
Which would disappoint me greatly.
Which is why the camera just cut straight back to the race leader, Jensen Button. Followed there by the Arta NSX from Autobax. That famous orange livery, which is incredibly orange. It doesn't really come across on television just how orange it is. You know those little highlighter pens? It's that bright, but he's got the toe from Button. Maybe he's being allowed to race.
Maybe. The gap 0.3 of a second as they came across the line.
The pace is suddenly being picked up. Is Button going to win his first Super GT race, or is he going to lose it in the closing 3 laps? Yellow flags waving. There's the Porsche recovery vehicle. Nissan Skyline must be in the back of the circuit then. And we are racing, but I'm just looking at the top of the screen. Do you know who's closing?
Calsonic
car 12. Daiki Sasaki is coming back at this lead group. The slightest error from either Button or Nojiri will see Nissan well back into contention here.
Nojiri, of course, won earlier on this year the Suzuka 300-kilometer race for the number 8 Arta NSX. Button, as you said, yet to win a Super GT race. Hasn't won any race of any kind since 2012 in Formula 1. But the Calsonic car, the number 12, with Sasaki at the wheel, is closing.
I would, well...
There's a course car.
There's a course car up front, but they can just race past that. So that's the Nissan Skyline.
Flashing their lights furiously.
No, that one's not the Nissan Skyline. I think that's a Subaru.
Oh, another off. It's the Epsom's off. Another one.
Well, now that really could be a safety car with 2 to go. Bertie Baguette's put it in the wall. That won't be a big hit, I don't think, but the race organisers, Bando-san from GTA, will do everything he can to keep this race green to the end. Now, how did Bertie Baguette go off?
Just
same again. Oh, that was a rubbish off.
That's a lot more dramatic than really, really ever should have been. So it seemed quite slow speed as well. 2 laps to go. Button leads 7/10 of a second gap over Nojira.
Nigerian second in the Arta NSX, followed by Daiki Sasaki in the Nissan GTR GT500, and he is distinctly closing now on the back of that Arta NSX. But is there enough race left? I'm not sure there is.
Needs a big last couple of laps, or at least something to happen in front of them. There's not even any traffic there as well, because they haven't actually come up to lap the GT300s yet. So
yeah, I don't think they're going to get onto the back of the GT300 traffic now. We still haven't really seen what's going on in GT300, because what's going on in GT500 is quite exciting.
Well, what's happening in GT300 is the number 61 Subaru BRZ has pretty much led out almost every lap, and led it by quite a significant margin. 6 seconds ahead again from the number 10.
It's the final lap here at the 300 kilometres of Sportsland at Sugo. There's road cars on the track. There's a race going on for the lead. There's 2 cars in the wall, and Button's been held up by the course car. Oh, wow.
Was
well, here you go.
In all the things you see in racing, that is one you don't see relatively often. Button significantly held up.
But look at the 16 Mugen car. It's right on the tail of the number in the 3rd position. This is the team orders have clearly gone out to the Arta car, who didn't capitalise on the minivan.
I don't think the Arta car would have been able to anyway, because it was in the middle of that chicane. I think it would have been a road blockage anyway. Quite astonishing, really.
Incredible. Sugo always produces something you don't expect, and it's done it once again.
Race almost decided.
And there's a battle for there's a battle for 3rd going on. You're not seeing it. Jenson Button comes to the line and wins his first ever Super GT race. 2nd position, the Arta NSX. 3rd position, Daiki Sasaki, but only just from 4th position, the Team Mugen car. Look at that. Wow, what a finish.
The 38 cents Ruma taking 5th place ahead of the number 24 Forum Engineering GTR. Now waiting for the GT300 cars to come across the line. Will it be the number 61 Subaru BRZ to take the win?
Easy.
I think it will be quite easily.
But who's going to be second?
I think the Gainer will keep 2nd place. The number 10 car. It's been a wonderful drive actually by the Subaru BRZ. Absolutely fantastic on it every single lap, on it in qualifying, on it in practice. They've ruled the roost.
Well, more road cars on track, but an easy victory for R&D Sports, the Subaru BRZ Works team. Proud of Boxer, but never so much as today. Takes victory in GT300 at Sportsland Sugo. 2nd position, though, there's a hell of a battle. Hatsune Miku is holding off the Lamborghini and the Honda NSX, but there's double wave yellows there. But will she be able to do it across the line? They're in the tow, wheel to wheel as they come up to the finish line. Not quite enough. Hatsune Miku, well, 3 wide across the line.
3 wide across the line.
I don't know.
Hatsune Miku takes 3rd place, just, and I mean just, ahead of the number 34 Modula NSX and number 88 Huracan.
Well,
we had a race almost decided by a minivan, and a three-way fight across the line for the podium in GT300. I think that's quite novel for a Sunday morning.
Yeah. Also an afternoon, depends where you are, really.
Yeah, well, yeah, actually, or even night, you know.
Here's the GT300 winner, probably sitting in that car with that. You can see the whatever it is coming out the back. It's a breather coming on. There's always damage on a Bentley. That's normal. But that Subaru is going to come to the finish line and probably not realise quite what's been going on around in the rest of the race.